It is vanilla biscotti Folgers coffee in my cup. Folgers coffee in my cup. Yeah. Having strawberries and a banana for breakfast. What's up, guys? So, let's talk. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I hurt my foot. Now, look, okay. I'm gonna say this about that. I'm not saying it's because I wear a lot of extreme heels, but I am gonna say that probably aggravated the situation once the foot was hurt. Let me say that. Okay, we're gonna pretend that your hand is a foot. Okay, so that I can show you what I hurt. You know how, that's the big toe, that's the second toe, that's the third toe, right? Let's see if I can do this. This, pad that's kind of right below the second toe and a little bit by the third. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just walking around barefoot outside, but it was really uneven, and at some point I almost stepped on a rock, and when I felt the pressure I kind of jumped, and when I landed I kind of twerked my toe a little. That little pad was eep, that hurt, right? Okay, so I go about my day, I'm walking barefoot, and it's oh, that kind of hurts. And it was very familiar, the feeling. A long while back, when I first started running, I had two different pairs of running shoes. I had my Asics, and I had these little next to naked sneakers, and the next to naked ones caused this pain in that little part of my foot. So I was okay, that's something's hurting there. Okay. So I did that a week ago, and then Sunday or Monday? I think it was Monday. I had walked around barefoot. No, I lied to you. It was Sunday. I had walked around barefoot all flipping day on the hard tile, and my foot was starting to hurt. That little mound right there was starting to hurt. So I got up to go to the bedroom. I was in the living room, and I went to go to the bedroom, and I was halfway down the hallway, and all of a sudden I took a step, and when I went to push off that ball, it was it felt like somebody was shoving a needle in, and it was this weird nerve pain and physical pain. Now, I know nerve pain because I pinched a nerve one time. Nerve pain, I don't know how this is for everybody, but for me, it's the weirdest fucking hurt there is, because it's almost it's numb. You twerk the nerve, so the nerve isn't working. So there's this void of feeling, and right around that void, it's incredible pain. It's the weirdest thing. So it was nerve pain plus pain. And I was oh my God. And I took another step, and I was oh, no, something's wrong. I hopped back. When I looked at my foot, that little pad, on that little ball pad on your foot, was swole, dude. It looked like a golf ball or something. And I was oh, hell. And I looked it up, and they were oh, you can aggravate it walking on hard surfaces barefoot, walking outside and stepping on a rock. So, okay. So then Monday comes, all right? I went immediately to resting it. It was fine. Monday, it felt kind of like an old bruise. I knew it was there, but it wasn't hurting. So then I was okay, that's cool. BTW, for you guys who make videos in your car, and then people walk by and you're oh, hold on. I'm totally talking to you guys, and there's a park full of people looking at me what the fuck? Anyway, videos, bitch. Okay, so I'm what? Yeah. So, pain. Oh, the next day, Monday, it felt like a bruise. And then on Monday evening, I went for a walk with my friend, and I came out early, and I did 2 miles, and it was that's a little weird, but okay, we're cool. With the Asics on, it doesn't hurt really, because it's they're extra cushioned. Okay, so then I did my 2 miles, and then I was running with her, and I got really excited kind of towards the end, and I did this jumping thing, where I was jumping instead of running, and I landed right on it, and I was oh, fuck, that kind of hurt really bad. And I finished that mile with her, and it was over. Okay, fine. That night I rested it. The next day I went to Zumba. And funny thing is, Monday night I got home, And I was like, I haven't done any muscle work in a while. Let me lay on the end of my bed. So now instead of this being a foot, these are my legs and that's my body. And my shoulder is my bed. I laid on the end of my bed with my butt and legs hanging off. And I went like this. And like worked out my abs and stuff, right? So my foot was hurt. I worked out my abs. I laid down. I rested. The next day I got up. My abs were all sore. Like, whoo, ripping and sore. And my foot felt fine. And I go to Zumba with my friends. And I haven't been there in a while. And come to find out, it's the pump up the volume, which is like muscle work, plus Zumba. Okay. We get on the floor and do abs. I can barely do them because I'm like shaking from the get because my abs are sore from yesterday. All right, whatever. Then we're doing Zumba and I'm hopping around on my foot. And damn it, if in the first song I don't land, because you're on the ball of your foot, you're dancing, it's dance moves. The rest of that, like, it was 45 minutes of Zumba, and the rest of it was like agony, and I was like, I swear to God. And now, all of that to tell you this. So what I started to do in Zumba, instead of quitting, which was stupid. This was stupid. There are times when you should stop, all right? And I always say, if I don't pass out or puke, I don't stop. But that was stupid because I did this instead, right? So I had a little injury that if I probably would have rested 3 days in a row, it would have been gone. Instead, I aggravated it 3 days in a row. That was dumb. But if I would have rested it, it would have gone away. No. On Tuesday, when I went to Zumba, I played around using the, like, kind of like stepping on the side of my foot where the big toe is so I wouldn't hit the ball again. And don't you fucking know, I had a pain, by the end of that class, I had a pain that was going like up the side of my calf. I have never hurt that part, like not in any of my like lunges, dances, running, ever have I felt whatever it is I hurt, because it was like, fuck, that hurts really bad. So then yesterday I rested, hell yes. Yesterday, from the double ab work back to back, Monday and Tuesday, even my lungs hurt, like the muscles around your rib cage was like, oh no. So that was really bad. So I rested yesterday, and the bottom of my foot feels fine. And I get out here to run today, and I get a mile done, straight mile. Great, that's awesome. It took me 8 minutes because, like a minute in, my leg was hurting so bad. I'm like, oh my God. Then I did a half a mile, and then after half a mile, now you know, this is when it hurts. I stopped. I was like, I have to walk this. I have to walk the rest, because like the intense like fire in my leg was killing me. And I think what it was, because the ball of my foot is pretty okay, but I think I'm walking funny to keep it from hurting, and I'm re-aggravating whatever I did to the side of my leg. So I spent a mile making myself walk normal, and when I sit there and think about it, it doesn't hurt my calf as bad. But as soon as I would start running, I don't know if it's because of the injury on my foot, like I guess my form is a little off, but as soon as I started running, it was like a fire was lit. And I was like, you know what? This happened because I didn't stop when I should have stopped. So I'm gonna walk the rest of this 5K, and I'm going to fucking stop, because like, even though inside of me that hurts and I really just want to push, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't want to do it worse. So it's not fucked up. It is. Alright, now I'm going to like let my friend's dog out. Alright. Dinner is an iceberg lettuce salad with broccoli, portobellos, tomato, white onion, and half of a boiled egg, and 2 small lobster cakes, and I'm going to use honey Dijon dressing. So, there we go. Whoa, that's bright. Arctic 0. Focus. Okay. This is not my favorite. I find it kind of funny, but when I'm really craving chocolate and peanut butter, this works, because it does have that flavor. My favorite is vanilla. I know other people swear by like mint chocolate and cookies and cream. I find those flavors very weak. I find vanilla to be the best, and strawberry and chocolate peanut butter to be the second best, depending on what. Oh, look, it's melting. But depending on what mood I'm in. So there you go. And as a second thought, I defrost mine for 20 minutes if they're in my front freezer, and if they're in my deep freezer, I defrost them for 30 minutes. So they have like a soft serve type of feel to them. Because if not, they have kind of a crystallized feeling, not like an ice cream feeling. It's a puppy, it's a Wiley, and a glass of wine. Look at those eyes glowing. That's kind of scary. Why?